Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Forex Tech Magazine. This is your host Lewis coming to you live. Today is January 4th, 2019, well into the new year. Man, it's not looking good for you, boy. Nah, I'm just joking. Um, let's look at some of the trades that we got here on the board. But before we get into that, let's go ahead and hit that disclaimer real quick. Disclaimer goes a little something like this: any and all information given to you by Forbes Tech Magazine should be considered to be for investment. I'm sorry, should not be considered for investment. It should only be considered for educational and entertainment purposes only. If you're in need of investment advice, then our suggestion to you would be to seek out the assistance of a licensed investment advisor. So let's go ahead and get right on into this. And you can see by the chart in my gram expression that, oh, well, it just hit. Unfortunately, our US dollar and South African rand play did not work, man. That thing, with all the screen moves in the market over the last couple of days, we got pushed out of this trade. Let's see where we got pushed out at. We lost a total of $1,900, $1,902 in this particular trade. We lost 2,695 pips. That's a lot of freaking pips. But that's okay because we're still net positive because we had previous trade we actually made $2,473, so we're still up $571.63. Haha. So even when we lose, we win. Haha. um, but that's not to say though. Um, don't feel like we should have did better. So let's look at this particular trade and find out what went right, what went wrong, and excuse me. Let's see if it's possible. If it's at all possible to trade something like this better for future purposes, right? But first of all, let's look at the daily chart. Let's see what we got here on the daily chart. So we need to determine direction, right? Always got to determine direction. Find out which way the market is going before we get into the market. Because the last thing we want to do is buy into a market that's going down. So, doing that, we went from a swing high and just looked at the touch points, and we saw that the market was actually on the buy side. So we was correcting the fact that the market was on the buy side. Now, let's look at where our entry point should have been and our exit points for this particular pair. Because as you see, here goes our A, here goes our B. This right apparently is the C. The D is up here. And looks like if we were going to buy, we should have bought in around about here, which these are all areas in which we did. And I think I know the problem. I think the problem is that we had our stop loss a little too tight on this one. Go back to the 4 hour. Yeah, that's exactly what it was. Stop loss should have been here for this particular trade. Why was that trade the stop loss up there? Let's go back to the board. Come back in. Manually place these. There's two ways you can go about putting your fibs on the board. You can go in, you can do it manually like I'm doing it, or you can just use the Smart Trader software. I like placing it manually. That's just me. But the fib is software is very good. you haven't already tried it, recommend highly that you use it. Yeah, so that's exactly what it was. Um, Prognosis is right, it's correct. It's just that the stop loss wasn't placed properly. So that's the reason why we had a. So that was it. Apparently, I did not place my stop loss properly. And so that's the reason why I have this negative effect that happened here. I placed my stop loss under. So I'm not sure why I did that. Why that would have occurred. But anyway, you can't unring a bell. It is what it is. It's done what's done. Still gonna leave it up on the board. I want to watch it over the next couple of days, whatever. Just kind of look at it. Um, I still believe it's gonna play out, but we'll see. And then this one right here, of course, is the live trade account. Which this one, we have it back at 770, so right up in here. And as you can see, this one right here is not cooperating either. So we got two very uncooperative currency pairs. We did have to come back and move our take profit for this particular pair. Excuse me, from the red down to the blue, but now we're going to have to bring it back up again to the green here, just because it looks like, once again, with this pullback that's occurring here, that we're going to have a shorter take profit, which I'm okay with that once we have one. It's just really not, I don't know, it's kind of an odd move anyway, but um, alright, so once again, it's spreading out further as far as the going in, getting the buy signal earlier. The buy signal was in here. Price was outside of it. Looks like it was retracing back up to it. But now the buy signal's kind of went out further. Everything's saying that this is the crossover point. Looks like we're outside of it, so I'm talking about the buy but the sell signal. So looks like we're on the sell side, things again, but price is still moving up. So it looks like price will probably try to go back in, retrace this trend line before it makes its move down. Very, very telling. Very, very telling. Very telling. Kind of got the same pattern that was formed here yesterday around the same time. Those price kind of drifted sideways until about 2 a.m. and then around 2 a.m. price moved up, drifted sideways for a few more hours, pulled back a little bit by 7 a.m. Though price was on the rise. So basically, by the time the American market woke up, price was moving up and it continued to move up all day. Let's see if we see the same pattern here or if it actually reverses. And this is what I'm anticipating happening here, that we get a reversal here today. All right, and you say, well, why are you anticipating a reversal? Well, because I'm hopeful and doing a lot of wishful thinking. No, I'm joking. The reason why I'm anticipating a reversal here is simple. A couple things. One, price has made a significant move up. Right, so it's recovered all its essential losses from the flash crash. Right, and now it's moving back in the original trend, which is a sideways to downward movement. Right, price has also outside of that steep incline that it was originally traveling to make its move back up from the recovery of this flash crash. Right. With that being said, as we always talked about before, the market has to breathe like any other individual. If you take a deep breath at some point in time, you're going to have to let it out. And the same thing if you exhale really hard, at some point in time, you're going to have to take a breath in. So you should be getting some type of a correction just from this move by itself. At some point, it's going to bring price back down again, right? And as we get closer to our entry point, then decisions are going to have to be made whether or not we still believe in this trend, or do we believe that this thing is actually heading in the opposite direction and we should be getting out. So there's either going to be an opportunity for us to limit our losses, or for us to continue to stay in the trade and see if this thing actually matures into what we originally anticipated it to be. Now, that's the question. What is the answer? Can't tell you at this point. We're going to look at this and see how it plays out over the next 24 to 48. And based off of that, that's how we will direction we will go. Okay. Like I said before, I did get into this a little bit early, but just kind of given the situation and things that were happening in the market, I don't regret it. If I had to make a decision again, probably go back in. I don't know if I'll necessarily do the same thing, but definitely get back in. But let this be a lesson. Getting in early is just like getting it wrong. But I believe there's an opportunity for us to actually still make money on this one. So we're going to see how it plays out over the next 24. You see the opportunity is still there. So at any rate, that's that particular one. Let's look at some of the actual Great Britain pound, Great Britain pound pairs, Great Britain pound New Zealand dollar. Once again, this one right here looks like it recovered from the flash crash, but it also is making its way down. It's on the buy side of things, and it should be opportunity here for people to purchase, but for whatever reason, there's a weakness in this market, and so just kind of been just gravitating around the downside. I think part of this too is just because we're looking at the New Zealand dollar. I think that given the fact that that side of the world is trade big with Asia, with China, and all the situation problems that we're having right now with trades and everything, trade agreement, and then the fact that the Chinese economy looks like it's apparently slowing down, that may be factoring in as far as the reason why we're getting that. And that's why it kind of makes it also kind of hard to understand why we're getting the such a blowback on the Australian U.S. dollar. If anything, you would think that the U.S. dollar would be leading that currency lower, but it's whatever. So this right here is a Great Britain pound Canadian dollar. This is the flash crash. As we noted, in which we talked about, right? So this is one that actually went right. Price is below the support. So yeah, all you need to do is look for your buy entry, which would be essentially a drop below this line here. That should signal a pretty decent buy, bring you into your D, which would be right here. Right? Remember the problem was, the question was, will this support hold up and push price back up? Did not know, but as you can see, price pushed through that level of support. It's still kind of coming back up, retracing it. Now it's kind of like, instead of being supported, it's almost like it's resistance. And so, if this is the case, price should push lower to complete this Fibonacci sequence. We'll see. That might be a particularly good one. This is the Great Britain pound, Japanese yen. I think we're seeing on this particular pair how price had pushed down, hit the B, and I just never went back in and made any attempts to draw any more fib patterns on this particular pair. But you see it's doing a nice little recovery now. It's almost recovered all the losses from the previous day. It's working its way up. Things to consider: the support line can become resistance now, and price may have a hard time breaking that. Also, too, this recovery looks kind of weak, so it may still tip over and go into a tailspin. So just watch out for that. Great pound, Australian dollar. Once again, price pushed up, came back down. And it's really just kind of muddling around sideways. Here goes the bottom here, here goes the bottom here. And I did not go back in to go in. I did not go back in and try to do any more fibs in this particular pair. So this right here, maybe U-turning, right? Maybe U-turning. Got to be careful with that, especially when you start seeing it sideways after making some significant moves up and getting to some inter-year highs, right? It's been, always the highest has been over the last, 3 or 5 years. Higher. Well, it's definitely right around some support and resistance lines. And that might be the reason why we have that such an abrupt stop there. So once again, currency pair looks like it is really kind of just moving sideways. So it might have pushed as high as it can push for right now with that particular currency pair, and it may start to move back down. So anyway, this right here is one of those ones that you want to watch, right? Not necessarily want to get into it right now at the moment, but just definitely want to watch it. Let the market kind of clear up what's happening before you jump into it. There's no real setup right now, just kind of just muddling along. And this is a Great Britain pound, Australian dollar, so it totally obliterated the downward fib, so that is out. So that's no longer useful. And so for this particular pair, if anything, it should be now making fib on the way up. Let's check it and see. Boom, boom. Price target. Bam. So if you're looking to buy, it's an overall crazy market. You get about 47 pips of purchase power there. And about 266 pips with stop loss protection there, which that means you risk 266 pips to get 47 pips, which ain't worth it. In my opinion, let that complete, and then once it complete, then look for your entry for the next setup, possibly. Anyway, guys, listen, that's going to be it for me for tonight. It's going to be a short night tonight just because not much happening. I'm going to go back in here, review some of these trades again, just make sure I'm doing the right thing here, which I feel like I am. But I want to see how this stuff is going to play out. It's really important that we be patient when you're trading and use good judgment, right? Because the last thing you want to do is go in and overtrade an account or go in and put yourself in a situation where you take a trade and emotionally you shouldn't have. You definitely shouldn't have taken that trade. So I'm gonna sit back, want to relax, and want to watch this play out. And I don't know, that's it, man. Anyway, if you guys got any questions, feel free to give us a shout. Questions at forextechmagazine.com. If not, I'll see you back. Actually, this is Friday, so I won't see you back until Monday morning. So anyway, guys, happy trading, and I'll see you back next week. Take care.